recently as 100 years ago. Today, though, their numbers are in severe decline and are limited to a small part of the Epping Forest National Park in Queensland, where approximately 230 individuals are believed to live. There are a number of reasons why the northern hairy-nosed wombat has struggled to survive, including
some animals in
the
the world
already
that
small
we have not
population numbers,
seen.
the risk of flooding, droughts, and wildfire that have become more frequent, reduced habitat as a result of deforestation, and the competition for food with the eastern gray kangaroo. Man, this guy's got a lot going on. Number 5, the Dama gazelle. The Dama gazelle is the largest of all gazelle species and once existed in large numbers across the arid and semi-arid regions of the Sahara, mainly in Chad and Sudan. They are about a meter tall to their shoulders, have a reddish-brown body and white head, rump, and underparts, and both males and females have curved horns. In the past century, their population numbers have deteriorated as a result of numerous wars in the region, an enlarging desert, overhunting, the destruction of their habitats, and the increased spread of human activity and livestock production. This has meant that the once common sight of gazelles in the area is now a rarity. Very little is known about the life cycles of these creatures in the wild, which has made the limited conservation efforts tricky. Most of what we know of them comes from observations of ones held in captivity, and if the current decline continues, that will sadly be the only place that future generations have of seeing these animals firsthand. Number 4, the Chinese alligator. The Chinese alligator is one of the only 2 known species of alligator in the world. In comparison to the American alligator, they are a lot smaller, have a more robust head, and a snout that tapers up and turns up at the end. Their blunt teeth are ideal for crushing the shelled animals like clams and snails that they feed on. They can grow up to 2 meters long, but they never attack humans. Books dating back to over 2,000 years ago refer to these creatures as harmless. They are thought to have once been prevalent along the entire Yangtze River, and even the inspiration for the Chinese dragon. They are called the Youlong by the Chinese, which means dragon, but now, unlike the American alligator, this species is under major threat of extinction. The main reason for this is the human adaptations to their habitats. What were once swamplands and marshes are now paddy fields, and a large number have been killed by farmers protecting their livestock and the seepage of agricultural chemicals into nearby water sources. There are now only thought to be about 130 remaining in the wild, all of which are contained to a small area of drainage ditches and farm ponds around the lower basin of the Yangtze. Attempts are underway to preserve the species, but as long as humans alter the environment, the recovery will be slow and difficult. Number 3, the pied tamarin. The pied or bare-faced tamarin is native to South America, in particular the Amazon basin, and have adapted to live in rainforests, swampy regions, and even urban environments. They are identifiable by their thick fur, which is white on the upper half of their bodies and forelimbs, and brown on their lower half and rear limbs, as well as the complete lack of fur on their black heads. They are also different from other New World monkeys with their small size and modified claws. They were once found all over the region, but now are limited to small areas of degraded forest and housing estates near the city of Manaus. Designated as critically endangered, they have come under threat from deforestation, the growth of urban areas, increased cattle ranching, and competition for space with the larger golden-handed tamarin. Number 2, the saola. Meaning spindle horns in Vietnamese, the saola are often affectionately called the Asian unicorns because of their unique appearance and rareness in the region. They were first identified in Vietnam in 1992 when a skull with unusually straight horns was seen in the home of a hunter and proved to be the first discovery of a new mammal in more than 50 years. The saola are one of the most endangered large animal species on the planet, being found only in the Annamite Mountains in Laos and Vietnam. Their striking features of long, virtually straight horns and white markings on the head have made them a prized trophy for hunters. This, as opposed to habitat loss, is the largest contributor to their status as being critically endangered. Quite often, since their recent discovery means they aren't a part of Chinese medicine, they will simply be killed as a byproduct of hunting for other species, which, combined with their already small numbers, means that if things continue the way that they are, there won't be any left in a few years' time. Number 1, the pangolin. These creatures are the only mammals in the world that are covered in scales, and their tongues
They like
can
them
be longer
because of
than
their
their
scales.
bodies.
Freaking
There are 8
Chinese
distinct
people.
species that can be found across Asia and Africa, and sadly, every one of these species is at imminent risk of extinction. Very little actually known about these animals, with lifespans
Not to
thought to
be
be of around
racist, though,
20
but-
years. When in danger, they're able to curl
They'll
up into
take their
balls that make it
scales.
difficult for even lions and tigers to pierce the tough scales, and they can even emit a noxious-smelling acid, similar to skunks, to try and deter predators. The main predators of these creatures, though, are humans, once again, who capture them to sell to China and Vietnam for their valuable meat and scales. Some estimates suggest as many as 100,000 are traded each year for these purposes, causing their numbers to rapidly drop. Efforts are underway to try to help preserve all species of pangolin, but unless humans change their ways, time will soon be up for this truly unique mammal. Thanks for watching! Be sure to subscribe if you are new here and click here for more videos. See you soon! Bye!